And welcome to the VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner. It's Thursday. It's the 22nd of December. We're nearly there. We're nearly at Christmas. God, it feels like a long haul, Paul. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Shortest day of the year here coming up too, so it gets dark early and light doesn't come out early in the morning either.
That was yesterday, actually, technically.
Yeah, that's right.
23-degree tilt we have on the Earth. That's why. There you go.
Yep.
Anyway, let's start off today. I think Afritin had a quarterly update. What do they got to say?
Yeah, this concerning the US 10 district properties and their operations there in northwest Namibia. The commissioning of the expanded crushing and tin circuits was completed during October. They had record tin production of 88 tons of concentrate during November, toward the goal of being able to produce 100 tons of concentrate per month of cassiterite concentrates. Operating costs already showing better results with the by being 14% lower on a monthly basis than it had been since last August. So production ramp up is on track for completion by the end of January. So this all making good progress here, and they do have the lithium and tantalum circuits under construction at this time as well.
You seem to be cracking on with it. I must admit, I'm always quite impressed when I meet Anthony. Anyway, there we go. What else? I think you wanted to talk about Royal Helium, did you?
Yeah, Royal Helium, that's a developer of helium in Saskatchewan, and they have actually closed a financing deal, which is different from the one that they announced back in November. This particular financing deal, a little bit more complex, but it's at better terms than what they had previously arranged. Specifically, this is a $15 million Canadian credit facility priced at 3% above prime. Also, a demand operating loan, essentially a working capital facility of $2.5 million. And then 8 Capital has offered a $5.5 billion bought deal private placement as well. So this brings the total funds in excess of 20 million. So it's cheaper money than the prior deal announced in November, and it should get them into production sometime during the second quarter of 2023. Now, just to comment that this is more or less is a race between Royal Helium and Desert Mountain Energy, which is also a helium developer in the Southwest USA, but they have both of those firms, and I've spoken to management just in the last month to both of them, that both of those firms have aerospace a clientele that says get it to us as quickly as you can and as much as you can. So I think it's looking pretty positive there.
Very upbeat, Paul. Talking of being upbeat, by the way, I noticed today that Goldman Sachs have come out and said that commodities will be the top performing asset class in 2023, and you'll see an average return of 40% on commodities next year. I just wish I could believe what Goldman say.
Yeah, Goldman tends to have some pretty strong positions that they state, but they also tend to be pretty wrong on a relatively frequent basis too. So I'm not sure how much reliance you can put on their forecast, but they do tend to have the direction correct, at least for a good portion of the time. It's whether or not the actual targets that they set will be achieved in the timeframes that they say.
It's not what they say, it's what they do that counts. Mm-hmm. Anyway, anything else you want to mention, Paul?
Oh, just to say that we saw an announcement out here on Wednesday that the Indonesian government will also ban the shipment of bauxite exports from next year as well. If you remember, they had banned the export of nickel concentrates back in 2014, which really upset the market quite a lot. But they've also now instituted a ban on bauxite exports.
Oh, there we go. All right, look, we'll call it there, Paul. And we'll see if there's no news tomorrow. We just won't do it. So, but if there is some news, we may get on to it. We'll leave it as a surprise as to whether it's going to happen or not. There we go. Thanks, Paul.
Very good. See you then.